Man, I didn't even know what the hell was going on with that music. I was just pushing buttons. Oh, with the new logo. Oh, pull up on him. He's like, listen, James Gunn has got that street cred. He got so much street cred that the chef pulled up with the new logo before he's seen the feature-length film. That's called credibility. Listen, that's what that's called.
They're gonna pull up and film in Cleveland. I gotta represent.
That's a bar if I ever seen a bar. You got to. That's real talk. Fellas, thank you so much for pulling up. Y'all's my peoples, man. And y'all are here. We are here. We are back. Let me get everything locked and loaded and make sure I know what the hell I'm doing. All right. Everything's going right now. Listen, let's get down to it. Listen. Chef Justin in the building.
Yeet.
DPJR in the building, and special request JMC in the building, because I was the rundown was going to fluctuate based on who pulled up. He pulled up, so now I gotta readjust some things before we get sidetracked. JMC. Since you left the pod, since we've been on this hiatus, there has been some things going on in these streets.
The people have spoken.
And the things going on in these streets is Karrion Kross is running amok. Karrion Kross has found his voice. Karrion Kross has defeated Ursula. And he has stolen back this voice. That Karrion Kross is locked in. Karrion Kross is speaking directly to Jordan Michael Colson. You cannot deny his greatness. You have three options. You can acknowledge that he has come up. You can stand firm.
Or
you can explain why he hasn't, perhaps. That's the only three options. I literally mulled it over. I go, he only has three. There's a fork in the road. It's like a fork. It's like three ways to go. Karrion Kross is cooking. I think the rest of the panel agrees with me. But what say you?
So I make my triumphant return to this illustrious podcast with a hell of a panel, arguably the greatest panel of all time. And the first topic of conversation is I have to talk about someone who fucking sucks.
Whoa! Oh boy! Sticking to the gimmick, Daddy.
I know what I will for Christmas.
I will say this though. I will not walk back what I said. I'm a man of conviction, but I will say this. I didn't think he had this in him. I will say this as well. In the face of a tyrant or in the face of rebellion, ECW built a lineage that you still hear smatterings and chants to this day based on being a rebellious entity. So when you have something to rebel against, when you feel slighted in life, you have a lot of fuel in your fire. And Karrion Kross is making the most of an unenviable situation. I think he's wildly delusional to make documentary films are like outlining his illustrious career. Where was I?
Calm down. Calm down, bro. Calm down.
Writing books and things of that nature. This is not Kofi Mania. This is not the Yes movement. I don't know where he thinks this treasure trove of disenfranchised fans is coming from. There was a smattering of people in Las Vegas.
Damn, a smattering? Damn.
Ain't that his crib though? Ain't that his crib though?
That's where he's from. And he acted like this is it is a vocal minority of fans that have some sort of craving for Karrion Kross and what he brings to the table. Now, I will say this. He's never been more compelling than he is now. The weird facial expressions, the over-the-top delivery, the constant anger, and again, weird fucking facial expressions are a thing of the past. I will give credit where credit's due. I need to see more, but I'm actually invested and interested in what he has to say when he appears on whatever platform he is on. Now, until they work it into a main storyline and a main angle, it leaves a lot to be desired. But I will say this, and this might not be the most popular thing to say. Right about now, I'm missing some Vincent Kennedy McMahon and his booking style.
Boy.
Very stale to me. So, in all honesty, boys, Karrion Kross is one of the more interesting components to WWE programming right now, if we can even say that, because most of his best stuff is still coming on the dark corners of the internet.
Chef Justin, what say you to all of that? The Karrion Kross phenomenon that's taken the world by storm, Daddy.
According to him,
my only rebuttal to all of that is JMC was backpedaling, but the only person who backpedaled.
Oh, he was like Darrell Revis.
DPJ was the only person who backpedaled faster with his Seth Rollins take than JMC. Just I'm coming in hot, Daddy.
You hear me? I'm
JMC was
forward on that.
JMC was JMC. He was backpedaling like it's a snake, the big play slate.
That is a Pro Bowl.
He was Cooper DeJean in the Super Bowl. You hear me? That's how fast he was backpedaling, Daddy.
Yo, what up, Miguel? What up? Hola, ¿cómo está, Miguel?
Hola, Diego.
JMC is the most exciting white on this panel.
DPJR, when you cut a promo, what do you say? What do you say about the Karrion Kross phenomenon, the JMC take based on the? Listen, let me ask you a different question. Is this propaganda? Because I'm telling you, social media has fooled so many people in this world about what's hot, what's not, what's trending, but I will say this: Triple H be staying on Twitter. He lives on Twitter. Because he makes moves. He books based on Twitter. He's just quiet about it. Tony Khan's loud about it. Triple H be listening to these damn fans. But what say you about the Karrion Kross phenomenon? Does he get the push?
Was he on the show tonight before DP goes?
Yes, and he actually he did his best thing. He did his
best work.
This was his best
work
in his career.
Okay, great. I had a basketball game tonight. We won 70-33, by the way.
Man, you gotta call the dogs off, man. Come on now, that's nasty work. You gotta call the dogs off.
I took my big three out in the final 5 minutes.
Cheese and crackers.
Okay, so before DP goes, and I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna let you finish. But he was on the show tonight in a key and a pivotal role, and he answered the bells.
Best acting of his entire career.
Okay, I like to be transparent. I have not seen tonight's episode. I will watch it after this. Thank you, DP. Let's hear what you got.
Absolutely. Welcome back. I'm
glad you got your microphone plugged in.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, I'm glad your ass ain't show up. You ain't show up again on time. You know, always late.
Cook your boy.
He can cook, and his ass is late every single time.
Listen, long as the meals are made, long as the food's on time, we good, baby.
I mean, I'm lying saying he can cook. It looks like he can cook. I still.
Oh, that's a bar. You know, that's where I'm at with that. You know where I'm at. Me and DP, like it looked like.
All he gotta do is ask for my address. I'll send it to his ass. Send me a plate. That's all I'm saying.
That's all I'm asking for. Let's keep it a bean. Let's keep it a Mr. Bean.
Done miss birthdays and shit. You already know what time it is. Anyway, you ain't even got to spend money. Just send a plate. That's all we have.
Go.
No, JMC said it perfect. He's compelling because in a world full of figures that are acting the same, he's different. He's different than everybody, and he's doing things in a particular way to make you compelled and get your eyes on him to be entertained. Like how he was talking to Sami Zayn. He said, I could be wrong, but I could be right. And I bullshit you not. Sunday, I was watching that Adam Cole Karrion Kross promo and to see where he came from that to where he is now. He was bald. Now he's got hair. He looks like a maniac. And that's the beauty in it. He's different than anything else in the WWE, and he's owned it. He's going the fine line of work shoots and pulling you into reality, and that's why he's going viral. Nobody else is really doing that to the level that he's doing it right now, and everybody's not living in kayfabe. These people are having wrestling matches, having rivalries, and then they're going backstage having videos, which is cool. They're actors, they're allowed to have lives, but is kayfabe dead or is it not? Because the people that still live and that do that fine line, they will compel you, and i.e. Karrion Kross.
Kayfabe could always exist, but these wrestlers don't want it to exist. They want to live on social media. They want to post themselves on vacations. You could truly be kayfabe. As much as I think MJF has fallen off, and I think everyone with a brain knows he's fallen off, at least he tries to keep kayfabe alive. Meet and greets, online, he plays his persona. So no one really knows how MJF is except his closest people. You know, I do like that. I do like that old school aspect of MJF. Karrion Kross is starting to give me that too. They say kayfabe is dead. Kayfabe is dead because people killed it. Fans are nosy. So now we know fans are nosy. So now you have to hold your cards even closer to the vest. So anytime someone can do that and blur the lines like Karrion Kross is doing, now with all due respect, this was tongue in cheek, but let's not get crazy. Like, let's cut the bullshit now. Braun Breaker cooking more than him. I gotta take the L on Braun Breaker. Not really. Me too, I'm not gonna take the L. But I can admit when I'm wrong. Like, I can admit when I'm wrong. He's improving his craft. He's getting better. He's still living off the reputation of his family, though. That's for damn sure, though. It's marketing shit. But that's the thing. But what Kross is doing is great. It's just refreshing. And we're back for the first time in a while. And I just think it's very poetic that JMC had to pull up because Karrion Kross is over here hiding in fish grease. Dressed, you know what I mean? Looking like a rebel without a cause, daddy. JMC is not moving from the position. But I will say this, and I will move on, because I talk way too long about Karrion Kross. Triple H guys always seem to rise. Triple H loves him some Karrion Kross. So for all you marks out there that don't realize it, he is going to get a push. Because Triple H loves him some Karrion Kross.
I mean, but at the same time, like, at least something worked. Like, they kept trying shit and trying stuff.
He got it. He found it. He found
something, and it's organically growing. Like, I think the fact that it organically grew, the merch reflects it, right? Like,
true.
It's always been, well, what else is he gonna do, or what's next? Like, he looks the part, she looks the part, they're great together, but it was like, what is it that's gonna make me care?
You know what we say on the show? We say merch movement, main event, and then getting over. He's getting close. He got about 2 of them. He's getting close. Now, getting over, he's getting over. I don't know if he's gotten over, but that's 2. The last thing is main eventing. So, like, that's listen now. All right, Karrion Kross, we'll put a pin in this and bring it down for a little bit, because every time we have a moment, I have a moment that we pull up on this shit, man. I gotta always bring it down a little bit. Just wanted to say rest in peace to John Bringus, sports science. He gave me a lot of joy by changing the game and literally bringing a different aspect to sports. I don't know anybody on this panel. I don't know anybody that likes sports that does not know how innovative and amazing sports science was to break down the science behind athletes. He did it in a different way. No one ever did it like him before. It was absolutely sensational. It showed you why these athletes are as great as they are. And, you know, rest in peace, John Bringus, for real, man. Because anybody that entertains me, anybody that gives me joy in life, I don't care if I don't know you. If you've made me smile or you made me go, damn, that's dope. You know, I got to give you your flowers, man. So rest in peace, gone too soon.
Damn right, man. Sports science was where it was at.
So cold, bro.
You got to see certain things that you never saw before at a time when we were younger, where we didn't have that type of technology. We didn't necessarily know what the velocity of a fastball. I remember Jenny Finch broke the glass when she did the sports science. They did some sick shit. Like,
they really did, bro.
Like when they put all them wet hot dogs inside that stomach to see how your stomach expands. Just things like that to give you an idea on how tough it actually is to be an athlete, to hit a fastball, to consistently make 3-pointers, to get hit in football. It put a realism to you at home that you never understood, and it gave you an idea on what it took to be that. And I appreciate John Brinkins for that.
Now, listen, I was going to go on a rant about how Triple H being black in WWE is a dangerous thing to be. You know what I mean? I was about to go on a whole little
almost as dangerous. Hey, Evan, it's almost as dangerous as being a rapper, boy. I'm trying to tell you, it's real dangerous.
The dangerous thing in world wrestling entertainment is to be a Negro. I mean, a black male. A black male. Let me tell you something, brother. I was gonna say that until I see the Miz posting cryptic stuff.
Oh man.
And I was like, David, you messing up my shtick. You messing up my stand-up bit here. So TKO is doing what TKO does. They're a big corporation. They absorb, they divide, they conquer. They're like the Borg, and that's what they do. And resistance is futile. Sorry if you guys don't know Star Trek, but that's a damn good reference. That's what they do. They absorb, they move on, they pick the bones clean, they assimilate the ones they want to assimilate, and the ones they don't, they throw by the wayside. That's what they do. So when they do that, people get fired, they keep moving on. But I'll be damned if you can give a legitimate explanation of why The Miz, who's a staple, and R-Truth is a staple, get released without immediately just getting put on legend contracts. Immediately. Before the call was made, they should have had the graphic made of them having the Legends contract. Less money, yes, but constant money, yes. Consummate professionals. Dare I say, The Miz, I am telling you, for whatever people say about him, he does wrestle safe. He really didn't push the envelope. He really didn't fit the criteria. But if you don't say that's an all-timer, if you don't say he's an all-timer, I really don't know what you need, what you want to have a wrestler. I don't know. I don't even know anymore. If you don't think The Miz is an all-time great. He's never going to be on someone's Mount Rushmore. He's never going to be that person they recognize, even a top 10. He has a double grand slam, though. Like, that means at some point in time, that company trusted that dude to circumnavigate the grand slam. And he has that on his resume, and I don't think he's with us anymore, which is, it is what it is. I'm just saying things that I just wanted to take a moment to be like, not do some sulking shit for R-Truth. He's a grown man, but just to recognize a company, you can't go on rants about how much money you make and then fire someone and saying it's about the money. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's what pisses people off. And to Tulsa, Oklahoma's credit, they didn't let them get away with it. Throughout the evening, it was all R-Truth chants. I was stunned. They're lucky as hell they weren't in Chicago. They're lucky they weren't in Philly. They're lucky they weren't anywhere Midwest. They are lucky. They are lucky, because I am telling you, they wouldn't have been able to wrestle if they were in Philadelphia. Philadelphia, Chicago, Midwest areas, they would have hijacked every single promo, every single match. So glad you guys were in Tulsa. With all due respect, Tulsa's happy if you bring it. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say even that's controversial for black people.
Uh-oh.
What, just Tulsa itself?
Shit, yes. Oklahoma was more responsible for black deaths than Lord have mercy.
Oh,
Lord Jesus, have mercy. Boy, look, Black Wall Street just crumbling. But listen. Shout out to R-Truth. Just want to give my man my flowers. He's one of my favorite people of all time. He's everything you think he is. He's the nicest guy ever. He's the funniest guy ever. He's the most charismatic guy ever. Everything you think it is, he's exactly that. If you ever meet him, he always has time for you. He always will dap you up. He's a real one. All these things are true. I just want to say, what before I pass the baton, is the only thing that upsets me about this company. There's a million things, but I told Jay this a couple weeks ago. They could have built a Kofi Kingston type run for R-Truth to face John Cena at Royal Rumble or something. I'm talking about build a storyline so great that fans would have gotten on board if they started to see what we were doing. Like an underdog story to have R-Truth take that title from John Cena. It sounds crazy, but I'm telling you, the fans would support it because they'd be like, oh my God, R-Truth is always this butt of jokes. Now they're writing a compelling storyline. And if you pitch it to John, John would do it because the money in the bank's into play. You can always get it off of him. You can have Jay, after I told Jay this, he came up with the best wrinkle ever. Let's say they booked the dopest 6-7 month run of R-Truth. Beat down, going through all these hoops, going through all these gauntlets, persevering, gets his title match, beats John Cena, rocks, music hits. He comes out, fires him in the middle of the ring, strips him of the title. That's real heat. That's like they don't even think, there is not one person in that building that has even thought of that. You know how I know? Because he's gone. He's gone. That's how you send someone packing, by the way. If you're going to send someone packing, why don't you use them while they're there? Do you know how amazing that storyline would be? I'm serious. That would be like, that's some Rudy shit, man. That's some angels in the outfield type shit, man. Seriously. Fans would rally around R-Truth and be like, yo, this dude's about to go over. But instead, you cut him by the wayside and you talk to me about budget. I go, that's bullshit, man. Y'all say y'all make a bunch of money. Y'all got that oil money y'all keep throwing in people's face. You guys putting Slim Jim on tables now, for fuck's sake.
Hey,
Slim Jim logo on the table? This company is in shambles!
They had a Quick Trip logo on the turnbuckle in St. Louis. I'm like,
if my black ass had the money, I could get my logo on JD McDonough's ass right now if I wanted to.
I'm telling you.
This company's
Which
crazy.
cheek you on left cheek or right cheek? You know what I'm talking about? Hey, man, we gotta be careful talking about that. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, look. hey, ain't to have nobody come for me. You hear me?
I'll whip JD McDonough's ass, man. Pull up, Irish Ace.
The Tony Busby.
That's the only Irish dude I think I can beat up. He tiny, boy. Go.
Man, dude. The man's like, how do you even, R-Truth, how do you even let it get to this point? To a point to where R-Truth wasn't even mentioned on Raw. How do we not mention our great wrestlers? Like, I mean, sure, he didn't have a singles title aside from the 24/7, but he was a constant fixture in our lives for the last 14 years. Man, I go back to the K-Quick days when we was getting rowdy. You know what I'm talking about? Bro. On Shotgun Saturday. That's how far I go back with this young man, even though he's in his 50s, still young, still can move. I'm glad they let him come back after he got hurt, you know, because that would have been messed up. They'd have cut him after he got hurt. At least he got to come back and make that last check and come back healthy. At least there's that. Like, some people will cut your ass when you get hurt and leave you without a job. So at least there's that. But it seems like Triple H is in the midst of trying to clean up Vince's old guys, to your point originally.
You mean everyone that's over? You mean all the wrestlers that are over? Okay.
Everyone that's over. And there's no shock to me that the show lacks creativity.
It's so bad. Go.
Every show is missable. You know what I'm saying? It used to be can't miss. This is you can sure miss, because it's the same thing over and over and over. We are in the 8th iteration of the Judgment Day. They have all new music. They came out to a rap John tonight. I'm like, oh, that's a bop. That Metro Boomin.
Was it a banger?
That one?
Because I'm telling you right now, Metro Boomin wants some more. Trust me, and y'all be crazy not to let him pull up.
They're about to have Roxanne out Liv Morgan. Why are we gonna have, like, we continue to have this repetitive motion? Dude, I realized today nobody in the Judgment Day is original. That's wild. Everybody's a new member. So why the fuck are they called the Judgment Day? It makes no sense to me. What are we doing? Oh, do we lack that much creativity? We can't even give them a new name. We can't even do that. And that's just like with the bloodline. We got some dude named JT Mateo. We gonna sign a guy and call him JC Mateo, but we gonna let go of a double Grand Slam champion, and we gonna let go of Truth. And we ain't even gonna give he ain't even get a WWE title match versus John Cena. He got his ass handed to him on Saturday Night Main Event. I'll get to John Cena ass later on tonight.
Yeah, we will.
But it's just a shame that our legends are being treated the way that they're being treated on the
Keep
way
it buck,
out.
bro.
Show them the respect that they've earned. Show them the respect. At least give them a shout out. You ain't even do a Twitter post.
Sold.
Nothing. At least back in the day, they said thank you for your contributions. At least they did that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, thank you, good riddance. Get the fuck out. That's at least they did that. They ain't even say nothing. Not one person. I tell you what they said. Pat McAfee said that's what's up. That's the only thing they said about R-Truth all night.
Boo.
And that's because they kept saying, "What's up? What's up? What's up?" He said, "That's what's up." I'm like, all right, cool. Do better, WWE. Do better. Because it seemed like y'all turning into TN WWE these days to me.
This is an opportunity for you, Mr. Khan. I can already see the writing on the wall, kind sir.
Dude.
If you just relax a bit here, you can make wrestling great again. Unbelievable, make it great instead of terrible.
Look, TKO, look.
You can. I see it because TKO is literally killing the WWE. They are. They're killing it. I don't care how much money they're making. Vince McMahon would have never pulled out of a venue ever.
Hell no.
Never, ever, ever, ever. So listen, all this we're making money. Good. Y'all are making money, but wrestling is blue collar. Like you're pricing out the original audience. With all due respect, these asshole influencers that you guys keep putting in the front row don't even understand what they're watching. They don't even know what they're watching. They're told to do a couple selfies to boost social, but they don't know wrestling. That's why the crowd was light, by the way. They weren't hype because you're starting to fill in the crowds with people that don't really know the product. Like that crowd was weird in Vegas. They're usually so rowdy. That was weird, man. And I'm starting to realize this because you're putting all these bougie people in that aren't diehards, that aren't into the product. And it shows, man. It shows, it feels it. It's palpable. Things aren't hitting the same. Arenas aren't hitting the same. And that's y'all. Tony Khan, bro, I'm telling you, there's a moment here, bro. There is a moment here for you to capture the passion and the love that we have for wrestling. If you stop booking and signing these whack-ass indie wrestlers, I am telling you, there's a moment here, bro. Because TKO is, they just picking the bones clean and moving on. Picking the bones clean, moving on. Old Slow Bop's about to be a Street Fighter. I told all you haters, man, you don't just get to say you get Roman Reigns. He's done. That's it. You see that handsome son, bitch? You think he'll keep taking bumps? 3 weeks on, 4 week movie shoot, 8 week movie shoot at the crib for 10 months. Stop playing, man. Man, y'all think y'all just gonna keep having this new crop of wrestlers coming? They ain't that good.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me that I notice with what they're doing is the fact that they can't hide behind the logo and behind what they put on TV, because now these guys are allowed to speak for themselves before the show, after the show, during the show. Now, the people that we hate so much, as far as the IWC is concerned, they're leaking these things, and then the actual wrestlers get to either cut a promo on Twitter or Instagram, and they can plead their case or say their thank yous, and now other wrestlers are allowed to break kayfabe and support these guys getting released. Before you didn't know about that, right? So these guys were getting released, we'll even say in the early 2000s when Twitter first started. Like you weren't on Twitter to figure out who was getting released and who was getting signed. Like it was so new. So we were still under the guise of what we grew up with, or even from the Attitude Era and then the PG thereafter. So like you saw guys disappear and then you saw them pop up in different places or what have you. So now they're making these decisions, but we can see, like you said, we can see how sloppy they are. We can see the nasty work. We can see the fact that there's no send off because we're on social media all day. Then we tune in to Raw at 8:00 and there's no mention of the man. There's no mention of people who just won AAA titles. There's no mention of like you said, the acknowledgement of guys who held down the company and were heels and faces and Grand Slam champions and all is. So now their feet is being held to the fire for the fact that you can't. It's not good. And to your other point with the crowds, like yes, now we're all being pushed up into the rafters, paying $200 for nosebleed seats because that's all we can afford, but we still want to go attend these events. But you can only do it once a year. So now it's like going to Disneyland to go see a PLE. Because
talk about it, bro.
Because now I have to decide: am I going to a PLE or do I go to a concert? Am I going to a PLE or do I go to an amusement park with the family? Am I going to a PLE once, or maybe do I go to Raw? But now even that's starting to go up since the Netflix.
Yeah.
Now you're making business decisions with fandom.
Okay, guys. I hope it works out for them. I really do. I'm not a business major. I'm not a businessman. I'm not Warren Buffett. But I do know wrestling fans, man, and I know typically they're blue collar. They're 9-to-5 workers. They got kids. That's typically, and don't get it twisted, guys. Vince is a trailer park kid, man. I don't care how rich he was living up in Greenwich. He is a trailer park kid, blue collar from the South. Yep. That's why he wanted us all to go, because it's the same. It was the carnival vibe. Anybody on this panel right now, if a carnival pulls up in our town, we all can afford to go. We can all pay for everyone to go. That's what wrestling was. Now, you guys can keep talking, and all these people coming at me talking about counting other people's pockets. Why y'all TKO's making money though? I go, okay, all right, man. Okay, but let's see what happens.
Everything in the city goes up too. Everything in the city goes up. Hotels goes up. Food goes up.
I hope it works out, man. I hope it works out. I hope everyone keeps watching these new wrestlers when all these legends start going away, because we're about to lose the last real crop of icons. By the way, they're starting to go away. I don't even know if KO is ever going to be able to wrestle again. We don't know that. Like boy, oh boy. Okay. JMC, what say you about all of this stuff?
First and foremost, R-Truth is a national goddamn treasure. I don't think he even saw this coming, because he cut one of the most compelling, serious promos in the history of his illustrious career just recently, leading into Saturday night main event. And I don't understand, like you alluded to earlier, having the conversation we had, I don't know how you don't at least send him off with something meaningful. You can always bring him back later on if there's a groundswell of support for him, which there would be. And maybe they just want him to go, out of sight, out of mind. That's probably what they're hoping for. I miss, I don't know, it's very unpopular to say, but I miss having Vince's presence. I think it's very, very palpable around WrestleMania time, how disjunctive it's been at WrestleMania, how unorganized, how it doesn't feel like the biggest event of the year. Put Vince's proclivities aside for a moment. All still allegedly, by the way, an important chestnut to remember. But I'm not saying that Vince was perfect and he wasn't out of touch. towards the end on certain things. But let's be honest, he booked everything for what, 50 years. It took Triple H, what, a year and a half to get extremely stale. This shit is hard. And the fantasy booking and stuff that we're able to do, yeah, I think our panel does it extremely well, but we're not actually dealing with contracts, and we're not dealing with injuries, and we're not dealing with scheduling issues and things that happen. But all of that aside, I mean, like, how many, I just watching Instagram reels, which is never a good way to base an entire show upon. So I'll watch the whole show after this. How many times can CM Punk come in at the end of a show and run off Seth Rollins and his new faction? I mean, it's literally happened every week. The bloodline is, I mean, are they going to turn Jacob Fatu eventually face and just let him do his thing? I mean, it's the same thing over and over. Like we said here, the iterations of the Judgment Day, it wasn't good in the first place. And now that's like Judgment Day Light, which is even worse. And it actually, by comparison and by proxy, one of the most compelling things is Karrion Kross right now, which is asinine to say. The best segment in wrestling this week was the opening segment of AEW Dynamite with Swerve and Ospreay and Hangman Adam Page. And it wasn't.
There's a moment here, Tony.
This is a storyline. I care about this now. We have 1,000 weeks until the pay-per-view, but they're building something, and they still have the flippy dippy shit. None of us ever said the flippy dippy wrestlers and the indie guys don't have a spot on the show. There's an audience for that, but AEW has the roster and the talent to provide everything that you need. So as Evan said, this is a time when AEW could really capitalize, and we're still fans. We're trying to support it, but in a 3-hour show, for the love of God, to have maybe 5 to 10 minutes be interesting is unacceptable. And you've never had, they keep saying how much talent they have and how much money they're making, and
all they say
how much of a spectacle it is. Everything John Cena does, I'm at least going to sign up for and be interested in. Everything Randy Orton does, I'll be interested in. Cody's still interesting to me. I love Seth Rollins, but there is no reason to watch right now. And R-Truth was one of my favorites, and I loved what I was like, oh, a little more serious tone, trying to bring John Cena back to the light side, if you will. And I mean, they just completely shit on it, not even a week later. And it's mind-boggling, and it's disappointing, because everyone was talking about how great the Triple H era was, and I don't think anybody's even saying that now. Even people who were on his side, I don't think anybody thinks this is great. So
all they wanted to do, Jay, is they wanted change. They wanted change. They wanted change. They got change, and then they had to try to support the change. And now that the change isn't what they thought it was, now they want to get quiet. Don't get quiet. I want you to have that same energy you had when you wanted to get the old man out. And I'm telling y'all, wrestling is very, very basic once you start figuring out the angles. I'm talking about from a personal standpoint. Who is Drew McIntyre? Is that not a Vince guy? Yes or no? So for everybody out there that keeps wondering, what about Drew McIntyre? No one will convince me. Drew McIntyre couldn't even convince me why he's not getting over, why he's not winning matches. It's because he's not Triple H's dude, period. Everyone is like, wait a minute, how did he not beat? Wait, what? I go, bro, because guess what? He was Vince's chosen one from way back in the day. Because that goes all the way back to DPJR's point. Can Triple H get somebody else over? But you don't think he hears that? So he's trying to go out of his way to put somebody over that wasn't a Vince guy. That's why CM Punk is back. That's why CM Punk is back, because if he could put the title on his waist, he wasn't a Vince choice. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, if you don't think, I'm sorry, I'm telling you, that's how Triple H moves. This is not no shade, it's no disrespect. That's just how he moves, man. Everyone thinking this Rock Triple H thing's a work, you're fools. It's real. They don't like each other, man. They don't, man. And whenever it really comes out and The Rock stops bullshitting, because he's a politician, whenever he stops bullshitting and be like, I don't like that dude. Triple H and Shawn Michaels made that dude's life hell when he was trying to become a professional wrestler. If you don't think bullying and hazing affects people until they're adults, you are smoking crack. I am telling you, he's holding on to that. You don't ever see these dudes kicking it, hanging out, nothing. He wasn't even at his Hall of Fame speech. Come on, watch Triple H's Hall of Fame speech. He doesn't mention The Rock. He doesn't mention The Rock. Think about that. They had feuds.
Many.
Come on, man. How is this an opinion? Guys, he don't like The Rock either. He did a whole more than an hour speech and didn't mention The Rock once.
He even mentioned Vince McMahon.
This dude, the Drew McIntyre stuff, easy to explain. He's not a Triple H guy. Karrion Kross is.
Drew is the hottest and best wrestler of 2024. Where the fuck is he? He is still feuding with Damian Priest.
You see? And guess who's the Triple H guy? Damian Priest. And guess who got over Drew clean? Come on, get the fuck. God damn. You guys got to stop overthinking stuff. You don't even need to read dirt sheets. Fuck out of here. Just pay attention. You don't need to read stupid reports from people that are getting fed false information, by the way. They're getting fed false information. They are, and they're letting them run with it. Go ahead. I want to give you this information. Run with that. Go with that. Well, other things are going on over here. Triple H, I am telling you, Rock, and I hope it's true, because I don't care about this kind of shit, because they ain't paying my bills. The Rock is trying to get Triple H up out of there.
I think he's going to have his way. I think he's going to end up
That's Dwayne Johnson. You book it. And you know why? Because of what happened 20 plus years ago. He's holding on to that, man. Guess who he's homies with? Nick Khan. Guess who he's homies with? Ari Emanuel.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Guess who else is tight with Ari Emanuel? Vincent Kennedy McMahon. Guess who else wasn't at the Hall of Fame ceremony? Shane McMahon. Listen, man, there is a disconnect. There is a beef between families. There is some weird shit going on. Rock is cool with Ari. Vince is cool with Ari. This reeks of people not being happy with what they did to the OG. Man, listen, man.
This is some real life HBO stuff.
Bro, why did Rock not show up to WrestleMania? Who did that make look worse, Rock or Triple H? Let's be real. Let's be real.
And then they pulled WrestleMania from New Orleans and made The Rock look like the biggest jackass.
Okay.
When The Rock went out there and he announced in New Orleans that next year's WrestleMania would be in New Orleans. And then on Twitter, they go and they say, hey, we're pulling away from New Orleans. And guess where they're probably going back to if they haven't already announced it? Las Vegas. Why are they going back to Vegas? TKO. They're trying to turn WWE into wrestling UFC.
UFC. Bars. It's just that simple, guys.
And
we
they're
gotta
losing
stop
storylines.
I think we said this a while ago. I think all of us said this. WWE as we know it is no more. We just have to figure it's done. I'm serious. I'm keeping it real. When TKO came in there, do this sports bullshit, like all the wrestling stuff we love, all the compelling storylines, all the cool shit we loved, guys. That's why you have to enjoy things while they're happening, because wrestling in WWE is never. I don't feel it, guys. I don't get the chills like I used to get the chills, and that's because things are different. Things are different. It's weird. It's strange. It's just not right. They were trying to oust that old man for a long time. They needed the right evidence. They got the right thing to get him up out of there. That gave them grounds, and then they were off and running. They're off and running. But I'm gonna put a pin in that, because Lord have mercy, have I been dreading this chef's recipe.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Because I already know what it's gonna be.
Do you? See, you know what? That's why I'm gonna audible and Omaha and just go off the top of my head.
Okay. I thought this was gonna be some Uso shit.
So,
see, look, yeah.
But that's not what I'm gonna give you. You expected that.
I did.
Because we all know 4 letters, 1 word. However, no, don't listen. That's besides the point. Actually, my recipe is, because I actually want to pay homage to another show that just ended. And I think when they put it together, I don't think they realized that it would be the perfect ingredients to make one of the best pregame and postgame shows in sports.
Ooh, swerved on him.
That would be the end of Inside the NBA on TNT.
Top rope, catch him by. He swerved on you, boy. Hey, I swerved, but I drive. Dare to be
There's a few things Turner Sports did right, and that is absolutely one of them.
Better believe it.
The fact that you'd start with Ernie Johnson Jr. because we old enough to know that his daddy was in the business too. And
Ernie is so cold, man.
Ernie is like that level-headed mediator, but he got some hood to him. Don't let Ernie fool you.
He better see that.
And the fact that they took these cast of characters of athletes and stuck them with Ernie Johnson, and they made it work for all of these years while entertaining us. The fact that people will say that they weren't taking it seriously, I would still watch. People would stay up to watch that show at 1:00 in the morning after a West Coast game went off. You couldn't say that for any other. I didn't care about any other posts. The only time I cared that much was like the original Inside the NFL.
Yeah, they were awesome.
And I just wanted to highlight the fact that those men and all the people that worked on that show, because it's probably not going to be the same, because we know Disney like to mess with some stuff and mess up a good thing. So I just wanted to highlight Chuck and Ernie and Shaq and Kenny and all of the people who work on that show and made that show great for the majority of my adult life. Because that's crazy to even say that show has been on for almost easily all the 2000s.
All the 2000s.
Yeah, before that too. They had it way back in the day.
I mean, so
90s.
It's an incredible thing. It's a great thought, brother. I'm glad you brought it up. I wasn't thinking about it. I'm glad you brought it up. Inside the NBA, we all know it. We all know the moments. We all know the things that we laugh about. We all know it's classic. It's the only post-game show to me worth a show. The only thing close to it on TV now is that great crew that does UEFA, on Paramount, with Kate and Michael Richards, and they are amazing. They are dynamite. But it's because they have Thierry Henry and them. They do a good job as well. That's the only thing that's even in the same ballpark as what Inside the NBA does. Just because from an analyst standpoint, the most underrated analyst in basketball is Kenny. Kenny simplifies the game. He makes you understand the game. You should be smarter after you listen to the game. Shaq and Chuck going at it, and Ernie Ernie being the concerned parent all the time. It's amazing. It was amazing. They like that segment you posted. They my one man sent me this post. Remember they did the segment. They did a segment like who he played for. That's one of the greatest segments in TV history.
Love it.
They would put up a dude that was in the league to the panelists, and they did not know most of the time where this dude played. That's incredible.
Great TV.
Hey, they had Ernie Johnson's Nito stat of the night too.
Nito stat.
Hey man, shout out Craig Sager. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
That's why. That's why he part of the reason I dressed the way I dressed at the bank.
My boy Aldridge, my boy Sager. Listen, the whole squad. Listen, man, shout out to Inside the NBA. Hope it's not terrible when they go to ESPN, because I have a bad feeling they're gonna try to castrate old Chucky. They're gonna try to castrate old Chuck, and Chuck he's a wild card daddy.
He trying to get fired daddy. He said he already said ESPN ain't ready for me.
I've been avoiding this subject. I ain't even want to talk about this subject. We gonna talk about it. We're gonna broach this subject because I don't hide, I don't duck from anything when it comes to what we talk about, especially wrestling, because at the end of the day, guys, it is a television show. I know people are passionate about it. I know they love it, but at the end of the day, it's a TV show.
That part.
So John Cena's final run in the WWE has been nothing short but a disaster. A disaster. Absolutely, positively one of the worst things I have ever seen in his entire career. I think this is killing his legacy. Killing it. Absolutely, positively destroying it. Now, I don't do the legacy talk, but this is nasty way to end your career. I always know when someone does not know where they're going writing wise. I always know, especially with wrestling. The heel turn with The Rock was for the shock value. They had zero idea where they were going. Zero. They had no clue what they were doing. Travis Scott in the ring, the moment, the camera angle, that's a great moment. John Cena's promos, he can cut a promo on a paper clip. That's not, stop throwing me this, but he promo, no. It's John Cena. Well, I was the one telling people about the promos when everybody was talking shit. So don't tell me about the promos now. No. He is literally making lemonade. Him blaming the fans 20 years later makes no sense. None. And you know why? Because he's just trying to make something work. He's trying. He's like, the fans. What? The number one reason why it doesn't make sense is because John won the Elimination Chamber. It gives him a title shot against Cody Rhodes no matter what. He didn't need to do anything to get the title shot. If you want to have him do a heel turn, have him lose the title shot. Hey, Elimination Chamber. Then he turns on Cody Rhodes. Then The Rock uses his TKO influence and pisses everybody off and gets him in the main event of WrestleMania, bumps CM Punk out. That's how you get real heat. But the reason why it didn't happen is because Dwayne was playing psychological Hannibal Lecter games with old Triple H. I'm telling you, man, you know it. And you know why? Evan, why? Because The Rock is still pissed about this shit they pulled with Cody Rhodes. And if you guys think this is bullshit, then where was he in Vegas? Where?
He was in Philly.
Yeah. And everyone said, no, he's not. I go, yes, he is. This post is bullshit. I go, is it?
Where was even the online promos that we got from the previous year?
You know why? Because it's supposed to be Slow Bop versus Icon. And they fucked him. And he's bitter about it. And he should be. Because guess what's starting to happen? What's starting to happen? People are souring on Cody Rhodes. It happened in Vegas. It already started. Every time he made a move, they booed. You know why? Already fatigued. The Rock had to get that match with his cousin, man, because it would have been the best for business. VKM would have made it happen. Then Cody gets his shot. Then he dethrones Roman Reigns. But you had to do it, and now he was pissed. So when you piss off one of the greatest of all time with all that stroke, you don't piss off Maui.
Oh, no. Shut down Hollywood. Hey, he'll shut down Hollywood quick on that ass, real quick, boy.
You pissed off Maui, so you know what I'm gonna do? You go ahead, y'all can figure it out. Yeah, John Cena turn heel, y'all gonna figure it out. Go figure it out. And it's turning into this crazy thing. I hate this run so much. Not his work, not the way he's performing, not the way he's wrestling like a heel. That's amazing. That's technical brilliance. That's John Cena doing what he does. He's even wrestling to piss people off. But fans don't even get that part because fans don't know how smart he is. He's so smart, he's wrestling to piss you off. He's wrestling like a fucking heel because you ain't gonna like it. He's beating people with low blows and stuff like that. I love that kind of stuff, but it doesn't make sense. And guys, get ready. CM Punk is taking the title. Get ready. Get ready. And he's going to take the title from John, and then it's going to be Cody and CM Punk because Triple H is very predictable. Take it away, Chef.
I don't even know how I'm supposed to follow that. So from the top, I hated the turn, right? They're still trying to have people make comments about the stealing his soul thing just for story. But it still doesn't make sense, right? We got that part. We got that part. Then, like you said, you get we already can't afford to go. So you get everybody around the TV for WrestleMania because it's John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. And the only
Here we
good
go.
and the only good thing about any of that was the couple promos, even though for some reason he kept taking crossroads after giving great promos. He swings on them and then eats a crossroads. That also made no sense. Then you get WrestleMania and you get this match that was so underwhelming. My wife fell asleep.
Yo.
And my daughter, who's very much invested now, who's new to this but true to this, she goes, so that was it? So the only person that came out was Travis Scott?
A casual though.
reaction
She's
you have.
she's getting into it, but she still qualifies as casual. Listen
Right.
to that.
Indifferent.
Listen.
The Cardinals win.
And then you have him walking around with the merch, and like you said, they had already pre-planned all of this, so you have all this wonderful merch that's related to all the cities.
Babyface merch, by the way.
Merch, spinner belts with the Tampa creamsicle. You got the UK spinner belt, all of
The
that.
Belgium shirt, the freaking London shirt.
I liked the promos, but other than that, nothing about this makes sense. I mean, well, and the other thing that they did was they fixed, his up topness because he had that ball spot. So they definitely
it's looking good.
Yeah, they touched that up from
The
whatever.
Chia is petting right now. You hear me?
But it's overall, it had promise for me, and then it fell off. And if he's gonna do this, I mean, and the other thing that bothers me, because you mentioned Cody, because you all know I love to talk about Cody Rhodes.
You were right though, bro. I was wrong, bro.
Him taking
I'm sorry.
30 days off, he lost at WrestleMania. He's already back because it's not working. And you need Cody to save the day, because whatever they were going to do with Cena as a heel up until SummerSlam, they couldn't wait until SummerSlam for Cody to come back. Unlike Slow Bop would be gone from WrestleMania to SummerSlam.
Wow.
With ease, and he took a 2-week sabbatical, and Cody Rhodes is back with the same promo, with the same. So what do you want to talk about? With the same
terrible,
with the same everything. Oh wait, no. Sorry. He's the captain now. He's QB1.
Yo, Cody, I'm gonna tell you something for real, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck, whether you watch this show or not. I'm talking about shit, but you gotta stop acting, bro. You gotta just talk, bro. Stop doing the Shakespeare in the Park bullshit. Seriously.
And so for me, the guy that you don't want to talk about is going to carry that whole tag team match, because I don't like John. John is not wrestling out of spite or whatever the character's supposed to be. Cody's going to do the same thing.
Oh my God.
He's gonna come out with the skull mask, and he's gonna come out,
God.
I'd rather yeet, because I don't care about anybody else in that match.
Hey man, that skull mask was sick though. I ain't gonna fake it.
Some of the Iron Man, John.
Yeah, that one was sick. You can't even hate shit.
But
Iron Man
he
I was like, oh shit.
But they ran out of ideas because all they had on the stage for his WrestleMania entrance was some dude on some dirt bikes.
By the way, wackest WrestleMania entrance in history.
What was that?
In Las Vegas. Las Vegas Latch had the worst WrestleMania entrance in history.
What was that?
Man.
Jay, what say you, man?
I agree with everything that you guys said. I mean, I will always love Cody Rhodes because I know his heart.
You know how I feel about Cody?
Yeah. Same reason I love Cena. Like, it's disappointing because, of course, Cena's promos are usually compelling, and he's trying to make, chicken salad out of chicken shit. And to your point, he even told Cody, "You're too rehearsed. You sound like you're a 16-year-old kid taking acting lessons.
He means it too. He meant that. That's a shoot, brother.
Yeah. And but it's just disappointing because all the components and elements are there or were there to make that one of the coolest ways to finally get a heel Cena and to go out. You could literally have Cena lose every match and have Rock show up on the screen. Doesn't have to be there and be like, no, I don't think so. Restart the match.
That's Jay. Dude, I swear to God, man. I'm not trying to cut you up, but this is the shit I'm talking about. That honestly, because when I care about storylines, then I get pissed because I don't like to care about shit like this because it's ridiculous. But it's so fucking easy. He's on the board, man.
Literally. So like the final boss thing can be legitimized. Cena,
but Jay, guess why? But guess why? Guess why he's not willing to do it? I wonder why. But everybody thinks they're cool though. They're friends. They're friends. They're cool with each other, right?
It has to be because he doesn't want to. Like, so to Chef's point, like think how easy this is. There's all this John Cena babyface merch. You could have them backstage and Rock could be like, burn it. And Cena could be like, wait, no. He could be like, sell it. Charge $75 a shirt. Like,
and then it pops on the shop for $75,
and people would probably buy it. But you or literally have him even if you just kayfabe a couple hundred shirts they wreck cars all the time on Monday Night Raw. Have Cena be like, burn all of it, anything. And these are things I'm coming. Evan and I just sitting around in the house talking. Come up. I know Chef and DP can do the same. Like little things that would make it sort of make sense and make it like interesting or compelling or make you be like, damn, that's a low blow. Cena really is a dick. Or like if you're a student of the game like we are, you're like, great heel work. Anything. The Orton shit was even like, as much as I love Randy Orton and John Cena, that should be a blockbuster. The promos are fine, but there's nothing there. Like,
come on, man. Orton and Cena is like a year build for me.
And it's sort of like a farewell as well. But like, it just as simple as it would be, R-Truth win the title, Rock come out and be like, the final boss has reversed the decision. R-Truth, anything. And
it would blow the doors off the place if he won the title and The Rock took it from him.
and selling your soul to The Rock, the final boss, doesn't mean it. Like, why would they should have fake movie trailers that Cena's in now that The Rock's producing, or why he's not there. Or so Rock on set with an elaborate spread at craft services, or backstage even. Like John Cena in his own locker room, the courtesy of the final boss. It doesn't even have to be there. Like little shit that is so easy to do. And so the only explanation is that The Rock doesn't want to be involved directly because of that, because he feels slighted. Or just
I love this. I ain't gonna lie. I love it though, DJ. I love if my theory is right about him being Tom Petty. I love this because it's a level of petty that I only like dream of being. Dude, my ego wouldn't let me miss WrestleMania in Vegas. Like if I was him,
no way.
I can't believe he didn't. Do you know what kind of petty that is? I hope I'm right, but go ahead, Jay. I hope I'm right about this pettiness.
It's more so for me. It's more so disappointing than anything else because this is the last that we get of John Cena in any type of full-time role. We all can probably assume there's going to be a face turn at the end. There almost has to be. So, like heel Cena that we're getting again, the promos I'm always at least interested in. Listening to the back, I'm like, okay, there's some good lines there, but like you're just missing so many opportunities to make this something really special and really amazing that we waited so long for. It is 10 years too late, but you could still salvage it and make it fucking great. And it's just like they refuse to do that. And this whole regime now and all these fans and everybody else who's here kept talking about how complacent and how boring and how predictable Vince was. And we're right back where we were, if not worse, because now you have all these resources and you have access to all this shit. And you finally have John Cena, who was a Vince guy, going out and trying something different, and we're squandering it. And that's, for me, that's the most disappointing part. It's not even that I'm like, if I just got this 10 years ago, I wouldn't be like, okay, it's the worst thing ever. But because it makes no sense and because it's so lazy and contrived, it's just wildly disappointing.
DPJR, what say you, brother?
Big dog. This is what I'm going to say. I'm going to attack it from a different angle too.
Please, because I'm depressed.
And thinking and gathering my thoughts and listening to you guys really take most of my points and what I was going to say. the fact that Triple H is getting rid of Vince McMahon, guys, it's a little bit worse than that. Not only is he getting rid of Vince McMahon, guys, but he's also ruining the legacy of the top Vince McMahon guy and John Cena. And it's quite unfortunate because I don't know how he could not see the forest from the trees, because is John Cena really a heel? Sure, he does dick things. He does dick moves. He wrestles like a heel, but the fans won't accept him. He's
Thank you
getting
very much.
feared. He's
Yep.
not getting booed. Cody Rhodes got booed out of the fucking stadium.
Talk
in
about
Las
it.
Vegas.
So
And
is he a
was
heel? No.
Exactly. He was getting booed prior. He was getting booed prior, leading up to that. John Cena had already undressed him in live and living color. It happened.
Stripped
Sure,
him butt naked.
He had some nice rebuttals, but it's already too late when you standing out there butt naked, shriveled up cold. That's what happened to him, and everybody got to see it. And also, he's collateral damage because his whole gimmick was ruined in this John Cena feud. This dude let him kick him in the balls, beat the dog shit out of him. He had the opportunity to get his comeuppance, but he's not going to do it then. But yet he tried to kill Kevin Owens. He cheated Seth Rollins when he first got back to the WWE and rolled up his tights. Cody Rhodes destroyed Austin Theory. He's not afraid. Did you remember what he did to the little black dude when he threw the chair upside his head? So Cody Rhodes is able to do these heel-like things, but when John Cena's in front of him, he won't. Bullshit. That makes no logical sense at all. Nothing at all. And not only did Triple H start to destroy John Cena's legacy, he also fucked up Roman Reigns. Look at Roman Reigns. Ooh, he had the Bruce Leroy glow about him. He had a bright idea to change his music. What is wrong with him? What is wrong with him? And when
it's babyface, I go, no, it ain't.
No, it ain't. Not at all. Not at all. And if you watch the real WrestleMania, it should have ended the shit after WrestleMania Night 1 because that shit was spectacular. If you remember in that match, he was still doing heel shit until, and then what? Paul Heyman low blows him. Now he's his babyface. No, it doesn't quite work like that. You gotta earn that. And fans these days aren't really buying into babyface or heel. It's either we fuck with you or we don't. It's really that simple.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. You're right about that. That's kayfabe is not what's really dying. Is what you're saying right there. Babyface and heels dying because I don't think these wrestlers. I think they're losing the craft of what a babyface and heel are. Babyfaces and heels, they wrestle a certain way. They dress a certain way. They cut promos a certain way. They go from light colors to dark colors. When you break fundamental rules of wrestling and think you can just do whatever you want to do, that's what's crazy about what people talk about when it comes to wrestling. There's certain protocols in place that actually makes wrestling what it is. You can't just do whatever you want to do and then be like, I'm breaking the mold. I go, but you still have to stay within the structure of the you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a movie. If you're making a movie that's a narration movie, then all of a sudden you break the fourth wall, look into the camera, that will jar people a little bit. So what I'm trying to say is, like, baby faces and heels, they're two distinct things. The reason why fans don't give a shit anymore because wrestlers either don't remember, aren't getting taught it, but proper heels wrestle like a heel. They dress like a heel. They perform like a heel. They don't just say mean things. It's like, guys, this is an art form that y'all are fucking with because you just, I don't know, want to do it. I don't get, no. That's what I love about the past. I can watch the old shit and watch and clean my palate and rinse and wash my mouth out with soap and watch real wrestlers that remember the craft. You got these fans, you letting fans hijack shows and making choices because you giving them the power to do so because y'all are not practicing the protocols, man. What the hell is wrong with y'all? Johnson ain't no damn heel.
No, not at all. Also, JMC brought up a point, but it's a moot point on other people's parts because they will say Vince McMahon is predictable. Did people really predict Brock Lesnar beating The Undertaker at WrestleMania?
Zero people.
Did people really think Brock Lesnar was going to beat Roman Reigns after Roman Reigns won the Royal Rumble?
No.
So there are certain things that Vince McMahon would do for the oohs and the ahs and the spectacle of WrestleMania. Sure, it would get monotonous when we're watching Raw because, hell, you got to put on a show 52 weeks a year. You got to compete with the NFL. There are certain things to where you're not going to put your best shit on TV. That's why they wait until after the NFC Championship game and they get to cooking until the NBA Finals. And then,
But when it's WrestleMania, though, what happens?
Delivers. It delivered all the time, and this was the worst night in WrestleMania history. That was the worst main event I've ever seen in my life.
I know it was terrible.
And I'm supposed to believe
terrible.
Travis Scott's music hits and Fiend. I listened to Fiend for 20 fucking minutes. I fuck with the song prior to that. After that, I'm done with it. I don't even listen to the song no more. Come on,
Travis Scott Travis Scott is big as my wife, man. That dude tiny, bruh. Yo, Travis Scott, you need to get your black ass in the gym. Stat.
Oh man.
Stat.
But
you woo. When he hopped that rope, I said I thought he was gonna break his leg when he hopped that rope, man.
My man is little. Hey, he little. And it took Cody Rhodes.
Little boy.
It took Cody Rhodes 45 seconds to give him a crossroads. It took all that fucking time. What are we doing, bro? He bust your shit. He bust his eardrum with a black eye. He looked like
that receipt should have came off. That receipt should have happened.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. Dude pulled his face apart and smacked the dog shit out of him. I ain't seen that before in my life, at least not in the WWE.
Yo, we go. Go.
No, I'm good. It's just more of Triple H's lack of creativity. I've been talking about that.
There's a lot of cooks in the kitchen. There's a lot of people, a lot of hands in the pot.
It could be TKO. It could be TKO. So
they have a hand in it, but I know who has the title and I know whose name rolls on the credits every Monday.
Whoever's fault. Now I get
whoever's name is rolling in the credits is Paul. It's Paul's name who's rolling in the credits.
Whoever Lee Fitting is right underneath him.
Yeah, whoever that sucker MC is. But listen, because I want to get to the before we wrap things up. But we can just go around the table real quick. Let's just pick the women's and the men's winner of the Money in the Bank. Shame on me. I thought CM Punk was going to win. Did CM Punk not win tonight?
No,
he did not.
That's interesting. El
Grande Americano.
the greatest wrestler in the world, baby.
Gracias.
He wrestles so much like Chad Gable. It's really weird. Like I don't know. I don't know. They train together. It's really strange.
Coincidence.
It's such a weird coincidence. But let's go around the horn. JMC, give me who's winning the women's Money in the Bank, who's winning the men's Money in the Bank. So to let you know, Bliss, Roxanne Perez, Rhea, Julia, Naomi, and Stephanie Vacher are the women. Who do you think is going to win out of that very interesting ensemble?
I think the Money in the Bank always works better with a heel. I don't know what Alexa Bliss is. I'm gonna go with Naomi on this one. I don't want to go chalk here, but she's been at least getting some mic time, and they still have her with Bianca. For the love of God, if I see Bianca and Naomi together again, Dom and Ray fighting, CM Punk and Seth still, like, oh, good God in heaven, just give Naomi. I think based on catalog of work over the past couple decades. Let's give her an opportunity and see what she does with it.
I'd be stunned if Rhea Ripley won this, but that's a Triple H gal. I just want to say I'd be stunned.
She doesn't need this, but
I'd be stunned. So I'm you know what? Because Bliss, they'd be kind of burying her if you ask me. I don't see her just emerging and winning. I'm gonna roll with you. I'm gonna roll with Naomi. But like I said, I'd be stunned if Rhea won that. Stunned. Like, damn. But what say you, Chef?
I'm all aboard the Stephanie Vaquer train.
You think it's not too early? I was thinking because this might be rocket ship. This might be rocket ship.
They clearly like her.
They're gonna run back her and EO, and she's gonna take it off of EO.
Okay, I'm with you on that one. I like your thought process better than my thought process. I'm just thinking Naomi, kind of what Jay was kind of saying. Like, damn, she's doing her best work. She's tapping into something I didn't think she had in her.
Me too.
Like I said, I don't give a damn when you find it, long as you find it. That's what's so great about trying things and trial and error and seeing what works. Whatever fire got lit underneath her, getting released. I don't know. She's found her real character, because like it's unbelievable to watch. But DPJR would say, yeah.
I'm going with Pop Rocks. I think Roxanne Perez is going to win Money in the Bank and further drive a wedge in Judgment Day.
God, I hope not.
Is there really only 4 matches?
I'm looking
and 72 commercials.
It could. Yeah, don't forget it. And if you don't pay $19.99, you got to see every stupid ass ad.
Yeah, Peacock, you can kiss my ass.
Man, I'm like, I would like to at least see one video package. I gotta watch all these stupid ass promos. Come on, man. I'm not trying to see these ads. But the only reason I say that is this. And that's why I like Chef's pick, Stephanie Vaquer, because last year Tiffany Stratton won, and I think it could be a repeat. That's You're right. Tiffany had a little more time, but to me, Stephanie's more polished than Tiffany. Tiffany's more talented because she's a gymnast. Gymnasts they translate well to wrestling because because of their physique, their athleticism. And so like that's why it's not a coincidence they translated so well. Look, guess who else was a gymnast? Or that was Charlotte. She's a gymnast. So like they translate very well, but Stephanie's more talented. She's a more talented wrestler. She's a more talented wrestler than Tiffany Stratton. So I would not be surprised, even though it'd be a little early for me. I hope it ain't Roxanne Perez. She don't do it for your boy, man. I don't know, man. She is like Wonder Bread to me, man. She's like the last piece of bread I want to make my sandwich with. You know what I mean? She the burnt in, dog. Damn.
She the second to last piece, the one that don't match up.
You talking about that extra crusty piece? Damn.
She is not,
because the end is still a little soft, but
she is not multi-grain.
Who cut that last piece, by the way? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I'm just saying, she's not multi-grain to me, man. She ain't multi-grain. She ain't my honey wheat. You know what I mean? She, I mean, I like that health. She's just milk toast. She's that stuff she's like porridge. She's what they fed like old orphans in like Russia.
Unsweetened oatmeal. Damn. Ugh. That's nasty. That's right. The sticky shit that stick to your ribs in the cold. You know what I'm talking about.
She's the first porridge Goldilocks tried. That's what she is, man. She's the one. That's the one that just wasn't just right.
How many PLEs is this in like a 2-month period? Like 12?
Yeah, you know why they're ramping them up? Because we're not doing venues anymore. I go, yeah, so now you have to get your money somehow, don't you? You're raising the prices on these other PLEs and you're at 50 PLEs because you don't want to go to, you don't want to go to Boise. We got it, guys. I hope this works. I hope this works out.
The 2 lowest rated SmackDown and Raw episodes of the year, but since the new era, by the way. It's not
okay. All right. Listen. Men's Money in the Bank. El Grande Americano. Andrade for some reason. Solo. LA Knight. Penta El Miedo. And Seth Rollins, who is obviously winning this. Are you kidding me? Look at this crop of busters in this damn match, man. Seth Rollins is winning this. If Penta wins this, I will have an out-of-body experience.
You tripping, Seth Rollins ain't winning.
Seth Rollins,
he ain't winning?
No.
You know why, right? You know, right?
Tell me why.
He's coming back from the movie shoot. He's coming back from the movie shoot for the one time. He's going to cost his ass.
Okay. Okay. So who's winning? Who's winning, DPJR? Who's winning this?
L.A.
No way. Don't get my hopes up. Don't get my hopes and dreams up.
Why not?
Don't you get me? Cause I've been. You know what I
Who
want.
else?
Give me what
Who
I want.
else?
Triple H. Seth Rollins.
Yeah, you know what time it is.
Solo would make sense if Slow Bop had it, but he don't.
Yeah. But then again,
John Cena pissed all over Solo Sikoa a couple months ago. I mean, like a few months ago. So,
hey guys, hey, shocker! We're about to have another bloodline breakup. Oh my God! Jeez.
Damn, listen. That's cynicism in your voice. So you got no way in hell.
I'm telling you.
I would love if I want you to be right about this. This ain't I ain't going against you. I need you to be right about this.
Is he not a Triple H guy?
Okay. But so is Seth. So is Seth though.
But the problem is I can't pick Seth Rollins as much as I want to because
Tell me why.
He's got 4 or 5 people who are going to interfere in the match that don't have a match on Saturday.
Yeah, because there's no DQ and all that shit. Yeah.
And then that brings me my objection to you earlier, Evan. You said Braun Breaker was moving in the right direction. Absolutely not. Not since they.
Not anymore. Yep, absolutely right.
Tsunami.
But you're absolutely right. He was going in the right direction until this terrible faction.
Terrible. Like, dog, didn't Bronson Reed try to fucking kill Seth Rollins?
This is ridiculous. Seth Rollins does not need a faction. He was the workhorse in that company on his dolo. He does not need it.
If the goal is to make Braun Breaker look massive and strong and explosive, why is he next to Bronson Reed? He looks like a child.
This is nasty. Braun Breaker, listen, Paul Heyman, stop trying to poach all this talent, man, so you can stand next to greatness all the time. Seriously, man. I love Paulie, but I know what you're doing here, bro. This is nasty. No, this is nasty work. Because let's start breaking it down. Did Brock Lesnar really need Paul Heyman? No. Nope. Did Roman Reigns when it was Roman Reigns?
In the beginning.
But did he need him when he speared Bray Wyatt? Did he need him? No, he did not.
Not after that moment.
This is getting, it's very sneaky. I know don't nobody like Paul, besides his mama, don't nobody love Paul Heyman as much as I do. But this is very sneaky. Because there's no slow bop now. So he's aligning himself with this with greatness again. Now, you know what would have made sense? Guess what's not such a sure thing? Austin Theory is not such a sure thing. Because if we really start breaking things down, gentlemen, and I know people don't want to get this, but I'm on one. We ain't had the show in a while, so I'm talking my shit right now. Who has Paul Heyman gotten over super organically? He couldn't get Cesaro over.
Nope.
Couldn't get Ryback over.
Get Ryback over. But everyone he's gotten over is like Brock Lesnar. My mama could get Brock Lesnar over.
He couldn't get Curtis Axel over.
Nope.
Let's talk about it.
One could argue Brock Lesnar was more entertaining without Paul Heyman.
I can make the case he was, because Brock Lesnar is the most underrated promo I've ever seen. I know he don't like to talk, but he can talk.
The most underrated superstar.
Go back and watch the Pat McAfee show with Brock Lesnar on it. That shit was entertaining as hell.
We have to have a different conversation here, and I love Paul Heyman, but I see propaganda is strong, and I'm starting to break things down. And I would have never thought this unless that faction would form. I go, hold on, bro. Hold on. Now you're right. Now it's getting interesting here, because CM Punk, you were with him, and he was starting to hit his stride.
Punk needed him. Punk, that was a match. They needed each other. Because Punk would have never got to the level he is today without Paul Heyman. His ass would have been fired. He would have been fired.
I can give you. I'll only concede that. That's the only person I'll concede. All these other people I'm naming, I'm not going to concede, because Braun Breaker didn't need him. He didn't. Seth didn't need him.
The Usos needed him.
Austin, but that was all Roman though, man. Roman put his cousins in these positions, man. You know he did.
I'm just saying it would help. It would help. It just him being there is just.
So take Roman Reigns away, and it's the Usos and Paul Heyman. Does he get him over? Does he?
Well, no, he would never get a tag team over by himself. You're right. I'll give you that.
I'm just saying. I'm starting to think about this for a second. When I see him next to Seth, I go, "Why are you messing with Seth?"
That makes no sense whatsoever.
I need you to get Theory over and come talk to me.
That would have made more sense because they already had an alliance, and you could have brought back Austin Theory. They could have ran back what they were doing in the Thunderdome, because then you're building somebody else. You're going Braun Breaker is the #1 prospect in the WWE. Whether I particularly like his character or not, if you can develop him into having that personality that, say, Roman Reigns has, say someone else has, or you come close to that, he would be shot to the moon. But the issue is that he's not at that level, and Paul Heyman is trying to poach his ass. He's trying to poach him, and now that would be
is missing,
and that would be another world champion under his belt.
Yeah, I don't know. I just started looking at it a little bit, and I go, wait a minute now. He's very shrewd. He's a very shrewd operator. I'll give him that. I love Paul Heyman, but he's one of the most clever people in history of wrestling. He knows where his bread is buttered. And as cockamamie as this faction is, it exists. But Jay, who you got winning this damn Money in the Bank? I don't know how the hell Seth don't win this, man. Seriously, how?
It almost seems so predictable that he would. That I was gonna say LA Knight before.
I would kill.
I don't know that. I don't know anyone who this would actually help other than LA Knight. Penta I don't see as a world champion yet. I'm not saying he couldn't be at some point. I like him. Solo Sikoa, I think, had his shot and missed terribly. Andrade, like you said, don't know why he's in there. The Grande Americano shit, I'm so beyond tired of, and it's Chad Gable's too good for that. And
preaching.
I don't understand. I mean, it's so glaringly obvious. Like the Seth Rollins name, I'm looking at it on Wikipedia.
It just sticks out, and it sticks out like a sore thumb.
It might just be like, and guys, by the way, predictability isn't always bad. I know we didn't say no.
It's not always bad. It's just when you're always predictable.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all know Harry Potter is going to beat Voldemort in the end, right? But
unfortunately, yes.
And ultimately, what happens? But I'm just going to say LA Knight because I don't see anyone else that actually helped. I don't feel good about the pick if I had to put money on it. But Seth Rollins seems so glaringly obvious.
So you got two. LA Knight. What would you say, Chef?
I'm gonna say LA Knight.
Damn.
Listen, guys. I'm ecstatic about this. I don't want to get my hopes up, but I'm ecstatic that the fellas feel this way. I'm down
because if you look at it of who's in there, Raw and SmackDown people, LA Knight could be the next person. I don't know if that's what they wanted or if that's what Cena wanted, but that would be the next babyface to fight John Cena.
That would be unbelievable. Shout out, man. I hope you guys are right. Before we wrap this thing up,
Jey Uso won last year. Remember, they like to do the same thing.
Yeah, he did.
Speak of the devil.
Let's wrap this thing up with a night the opera with DPJR, man.
Y'all were talking about this earlier, and let's relive the biggest mistake Triple H could have ever made in his life, and that's not booking the match of the millennium, tribal warfare, Roman Reigns versus The Rock. Look at the collateral damage that has happened. Look at the collateral damage that has happened. Everybody in the IWC thought Cody Rhodes was this savior, the QB1. Captain Cody. Yeah, no, bro. It wasn't it. It was not.
Why they start saying that shit? Where that shit come from?
I have no idea, but he was a captain of terrible booking. They didn't even get to the main match. They didn't even get to the main match, the main story that could have happened. They didn't even get to Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes. Now, who gives a fuck? Who honestly cares? I don't. I really don't, because you had the perfect time. You had the perfect time to do that because you had the Kevin Owens thing. You were building up to it. Randy Orton was a part of it, and then you dropped the ball and said, "Hey, let's go decide to have The Rock say he's going to take your soul, and we're going to have you drink Terramana backstage with The Rock, and then when The Rock is in the ring, we're gonna have you looking like a fan in the stands with the belt on your shoulder, watching The Rock talk." You were never really that guy. They didn't put you in that position to be that guy. You were just a paper champion, bro. That's what you were. Look at him now. Look at him now. He is not what he should have been. And that's due to the fact that he was not booked correctly. They did not build proper heels, and they kept running into the same thing. I think he wrestled AJ Styles twice. I think he wrestled Kevin Owens 3 or 4 times. It was the same thing over and over and over and over and over.
It's like missionary
every single night. Tribal Chief don't get down like that. You hear me? We like to keep it creative. We like to have a little plot twist, a little bit of twists and turns, maybe pick you upside down, do some shit like that.
I really thought you were going to say something about like what you do in the sack, brother. I was like, he's about to say some shit.
We can't get too freaky up in this,
I swear he was going to say that.
But in all seriousness, it's like and I'm gonna put it to you like this: it's as if they remembered he worked for AEW.
It's interesting. Listen, it's a very good night at the opera. It's interesting. I must confess, you fellas were here talking about Cody Rhodes being a little for a while, and I was not willing to deal with it. And I will admit this, and I'm telling you, this is not, I don't make excuses. It's really because of the cloud of his dad. I have him. He's like my top 5 of all time. I love Dusty Rhodes, but I had to have a serious conversation. Like, how long did the Dusty Rhodes credit? The credit is just run out. Now I have to judge this man on his own merits. He keeps talking about he doesn't want to live in his daddy's shadow, but it is what it is, man. You're gonna live in your daddy's shadow. He's an all-time great. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So like, I'm just always so stunned, like, why he doesn't have that charisma though. Like, I'm just like, I mean, in his promos, I love Cody, but I love Cody because I know he's class. Like, all jokes aside, I know he's a class act. But I get frustrated. I'm like, where is the swagger at?
Mm-hmm.
I don't
up like he got swag, but he doesn't.
And the thing about it is, I don't give a damn. You could put a monkey in a $1,000 suit too.
Yeah, and then when he opens his mouth, he sounds like a used car salesman.
I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. And people are glossing over this because they don't want to talk about like the real thing. The thing that Cena said to me is the same exact level of what Adam Cole said to Karrion Kross, and no one's acting like it was. That first promo he cut against Cody, was a systematic annihilation of the highest order. And I'm not being funny. They should have arrested John Cena for assault. When there was 4 lines he said, I was like, this is the greatest thing John Cena has said in his entire career.
And I said that, and then I'm like, wait, they really downplayed it.
They did. They downplayed it. You know why they downplayed it? Because that's what that company does when they know. That's why they didn't cut promos for weeks, because they knew it would happen. And I'm going to tell you the thing about Johnny Boy, man. I've never met him. He's one of the only interviews I've ever wanted. And I'm telling you, John does not do you favors when it comes to the promo thing. He doesn't. Like, they hit him, but when he got in that ring, did he pull punches? Not even a little bit. He tried to get heat with the fans. He first tried to get the heat. And then when he tried to get the heat, he went into his spiel, and I am telling you, he tar and feathered that dude in the town square. He stripped him butt naked and spanked him with a cat of 9 tail, daddy.
Hey, L, he told him, he said, I've made men billionaires.
That's the line.
You steal millions from their kids. I said, oh, because you could say it either way. He's stealing millions from Triple H. You could take it that way. He stole millions.
Or the Tony Khan route.
Dude, that was one probably the coldest line I've ever heard.
You don't think Peacemaker knew what he was saying there? He knew what he was doing. He is and everyone's just like, oh man, he sure got him with the you can't wrestle. Like, oh man, get the fuck out.
That was so lame at the end, dog. You gotta land a promo. You can't do a triple pike and then do a somersault.
But they never say I can't wrestle. I go, Cody, with the collar and elbow. You don't knock my socks off with the catch can, daddy.
He ain't no Chad Gable or nothing.
Yo, he ain't no Chad Jeezy. What the
He ain't
fuck?
no Seth Riley Raw,
Listen, I see. The thing is, you can't do this anymore. You know, there used to be a time where you could say something you like somebody and then go, "Oh, I don't like this about him." Now that means when you say that, then you don't like anything about him. That's bullshit. I was one of his biggest cheerleaders, but when you go toe to toe with Thanos, with the Infinity Gauntlet on and all 6 stones, whatever you need to do. You need to bring your lunch pail, your hard hat, your steel toe boots, a crucifix, some holy water, and something else, because Nosferatu came in there swinging. And Cody was like, maybe this is what it's like. I go, no, that's what it is. That's what it is.
Man,
American Nightmare.
Tribal Chief Cook Cena so bad he don't even want to cut a promo with him no more.
And you know why? That's great. You know why Roman Reigns is great? Because of that. Because the last time they had a promo battle, John Cena ate him alive, and Roman said that's not gonna happen again.
Hell no. He told him, "You're still here because you can't do your job. That's why I have to come back."
Oh my God.
I couldn't hate John Cena anymore when he said that shit.
I said this is the greatest.
It was true.
I thought the shit he did with The Rock was the greatest. This was the greatest promo in the history of John Cena's career. It is not even close. That first promo, it is unparalleled.
He threw a marker at him, Ev. Oh my God, John Cena is. Hey, bro, he got to be the best on the mic. He got to.
Whoa, talk about it.
If you just go back in time, because I do this from time to time, I just go down promo.
I do it all the time. I do it all the time.
He just cooked every single individual. It didn't matter who they are. Roman Reigns might have got the best on the second time, but he took that ass whooping the first few times, and it was destructive. God, I mean,
Thanos, man.
God, John Cena is on another level, and that's why I hate the bullshit that they're giving him. Because your main point in the beginning, he's too great for this. Y'all giving him F level shit, and he's bringing it up to a D plus.
Exactly. There
it is. Spectacular. But
that is a great way to put it.
You're not giving him anything credible to work with, because and that's why Rock is King Petty. He told them boys he was gonna come back. He said, "I'll be back." Man, that Tuesday pulled around. Rock said, "Man, I gotta go shoot that week. I don't know what to tell you."
The Rock has his own production company, DP. He can stop production anytime he wants.
And then he said, it just didn't add up. My dog didn't even go to WWE to let people know. He pulled up to Pat McAfee's show. Come on now.
Talk about it.
Come on. You ain't even going to pull up to where you're the director of the board. You're going to go to Pat McAfee's show on ESPN. You're going to get ESPN these ratings. You can't get Netflix these ratings because you already know what The Rock do.
You don't think that's calculated? Man, y'all go ahead, man. That's okay. The things I think it's all going to play out. All this is going to play out. I'm telling you right now, The Rock wants things on his terms, and he's earned the right. He's earned the right to have things on terms. You don't want to work with Dwayne The Rock Johnson? All right. And when WrestleMania come around, maybe my phone will be off the hook. Maybe I will be unreachable. But yeah, man, let me get my fellas out of here, man. As late as we rambling and ranting and all stuff like that, but it's been a minute, man. We had to talk our shit, man.
Sure.
Yeah, but real talk though, DP, I need them to get up off Seth. I don't need them in that faction, man. I don't need them in that, man.
Terrible,
I don't need
man.
Seth Rollins in that faction. He doesn't need that faction. He don't. Now, if it was, now check it out. Oh yeah, another person. Now, I'm not saying he needs them to get over, but at least it would make more sense. Drew and Paul Heyman would make more sense than what's going on right now.
No, it
would make more sense. He doesn't need them to get over, but it would make more sense. It would. But we know why, because that's a Vince McMahon guy. I'm telling you, man.
Hey, man, they slowly dwindling away, man.
I'm telling you, dude. They're
Brock
going,
Lesnar
bro.
has not been back to the WWE.
Interesting. Okay. Has nothing to do with loyalty, right? Nothing to do with how much he loves Vince. Nothing? Okay. All right.
Did Brock Lesnar get charged with a crime or get sued or anything?
Brock Lesnar is clean. He is fine. He's fine. He's sitting up there chopping wood somewhere.
Hey, you see that picture of Brock with that long hair?
Mhm.
Hey, Brock looked like a Viking up in Canada, boy. I wouldn't want to run up on that, boy.
I think if you go on the website, he's on the active roster.
He said he's on the active roster.
I think so. If you go on the website,
I believe it. I believe that he's figuring things out. I'm not saying he's never going to come back. I'm just saying, guys, just don't be surprised if he don't. Don't be surprised if he don't.
Yeah.
But yeah.
The thing about
we done, man. Go ahead. Go say last thought. What you got?
Real quick before I get up out of here. The thing about it is the WWE is going to be at a point of no return if they can't build a young superstar, because they're all about to go away. They're all about to go away. And the number one guy they have for the future, I would say, is Cody Rhodes, and he's 39. Like,
I'm telling you, they're going.
Ron Breaker, he's in the tag team right now. They're not booking him right.
So you're right. So and Gunther's not a spring chicken, so he's a little bit of an anchor. I see AJ Styles going to AEW. I do. It's going to happen.
There's a lot of people that's going to go to AEW.
It's going to happen. I'm telling you, this is the moment. He has to trim the fat of that roster. With all due respect, Tony Khan got a lot of people that need to come up out of there. Like that's hurting the payroll, because he could bring in a lot of talent. I'm telling you, man, these contracts are getting interesting. Tony Khan pays well. He gives you the time off that you need. He doesn't demand you. There's no board peering over his shoulder. This is a moment for Tony Khan and AEW. They have to understand, man, it's right there, bro. It's right there for them to bring back wrestling to the way it's there, man. It's there. It's so weird. It's like, it's not a Monday Night War thing, but there's a moment here where I can see him starting to tip the scale a bit. It's not reflecting because they don't have the talent. They don't. Everyone keeps saying they do, but they don't, though. Until you put them on TV, they don't. Why ain't seen Wardlow in a Coon's age? Where the hell Wardlow at?
They don't have the characters. They have talent.
They do not.
They don't have enough characters that can develop storylines to garner casual viewers. That's what they
just
need.
don't. They just don't. And they got to chill with the blood. They got to chill with the blood and the tacks and the staples and the Windex, whatever the fuck else they be using. Like, they got to stop all that bullshit.
That would be big time, because he can get casual viewers over. They need to talk. That's one person they need to get.
Because what's the main event? MJF, The Miz.
Oh my God.
Because that's the full circle moment. Because when CM Punk called him a discount Miz. Come on, man. That's money. That's money, bro.
That's money.
We out, man. JLC, DPJR, Chef Justin. I appreciate y'all for taking the time. Let me talk my shit. Let them talk their shit. Let me put this damn podcast up before I go to sleep. Y'all better stop messing with my boy John, man. Let my boy go out like yo, Dwayne. I do like this pettiness, man, but just come on now.
I love it.
I do too, but come on now.
He can't always be a yes man, F. He's too nice. Sometimes you gotta say, man, hey, fuck you. I ain't going to WrestleMania.
Hey, yo, Maui, come on, man. I need you to try to get Slow Bob in. Well, I'm still holding out hope, man. I don't think it's ever going to happen. I don't think so. In the Triple H era, I'm calling it right now. In the Triple H era, The Rock will not wrestle Roman Reigns.
I'm gonna call it right now. The Rock won't wrestle again in the Triple H era.
We gonna revisit that, and I actually agree with you 100%. This last year was so glaring, bro. So glaring.
You don't take The Rock and offer him the main event match and then throw him in the fucking tag team. He is never going to let that go.
That's my guy. You get it, bro. I'm telling you. And when WrestleMania was over, I went on Twitter immediately. And you don't think The Rock knows this? Who was trending? What was trending? Wasn't WrestleMania. It said The Rock.
And that's why Cody Rhodes got the dog shit beat out of him that whole time.
Woo! We out, man. Appreciate y'all, man. My guys. Damn.